We're going to talk to a very special guest now. This guy hails from Brighton, which is one of the places in the country where if you're anyone, you are creative and you produce very good art. And this guy has art seeping through his fingers. He's a singer-songwriter, and he's got a new single out, which we're going to play very shortly for you. But I'm pleased to say that Nick Endacott is down the line, and we need to do one of these. Hello.
Hi Matt, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. And we can't, so the radio audience can't see you because of the radio, but you have an amazing hat, sir. Let me just tell you that.
I'm known for my hats. I do like my hats. I have an array of hats. This is just one of them.
I can't wear hats. I'm a bit useless at hats. I put a hat on and look stupid. I've been no good in the military or anything like that.
It's just finding the right hat, Matt. I think that's all it is.
I've got the wrong head. That's the problem. If I had the right head, it might work. Listen, thank you for joining us this afternoon. You're live in your studio right now, aren't you? Is that where you spend most of your year? Is it?
Yeah, this is exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, luckily I've had quite a lot on. You know, not only with other clients because I produce clients as well, but I'm working on my new album at the moment. So. Yeah, you've been very busy. Really, just kept going, and you've got to, you know, just got to keep at things, keep going, keep positive, and so you know.
Of course you have, and I guess the same question I've asked everybody who's been on this show. You know, lockdown has been difficult for various reasons. If you're at home, locked in home with a studio, does that mean you're more creative than normal?
It sort of it gets you to work on things that you haven't had time to work on. I mean, there's things I've been working on which I'm, you know, sort of getting round to doing things which I've put aside, you know, but then I've been busy with clients coming and going as well, and of course that has dropped away. So yeah, I've just you know, I've got more time to be getting on things I should be doing, really.
I think we've all done that, haven't we? I mean, my house doesn't look the same as it was before lockdown, I can tell you that. So we've got some new music coming from you, an album you've just said as well. We've got this new single which is called Flowers. Now, we're going to talk about the single in a second, but you go by the band name The Speak, is that right?
Yeah, the band's called The Speak.
Yeah,
named actually after the Speakeasy Club in London in the 60s.
Okay.
Everyone referred to it as The Speak. Let's go down the Speak. So yeah, it's sort of that's sort of where it originated from, and yeah, we've been going. Well, it's a project based around my songs, which I write, and it's about 6-7 years into the project at the moment. Many band members coming and going to try and find the right people. You know,
well, I think even the Beatles started somewhere. You know, they didn't have the same by the end.
Well, we started off as we're a 3-piece now, and we started off as a 5-piece. And when the rhythm guitarist who was meant to be backing vocalist as well couldn't cut it in the studio or in the rehearsal studio, I had to quickly decide that because I was just gonna basically be frontman of the band, you know, write the songs and then just be the, you know, singer, and not have to sort of worry about guitar setups and things like that. I just wanted to go out and sing, because primarily I've been a singer all my life, but then about 10 years old took up drums and then guitar. Yeah, that was the idea, and then people fell away, and I had to learn my songs again for live on guitar, and then yeah, and it sort of worked its way down to a 3-piece, which actually works, you know, really well.
Having listened to the song, it's got a bit of a sort of a squeeze feel about it. It's got that. I hear the squeeze when I hear that. I hope that's okay to say that, because you've also supported them, haven't you, as well?
Well, we supported Chris Difford from Squeeze, who I have to add is one of the funniest guys I've ever met. His humor is so dry. He's a really funny guy and a lovely guy, a very very thoughtful guy, and the amazing stories he's got. He's got so many stories from you know, his life and his career.
And do you pick up on not only the humor, but sort of, you know, his writing ability? Do you get inspiration from people like that you surround yourself with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm influenced and inspired by so many different things. You know, primarily I have a love of the 60s. I have a strong inspiration has come from that, a strong influence from the 60s, from 60s music. Certain parts of the 60s, like you know, the Kinks, Beatles, the Who, you know, that sort of area. I always, Jimi Hendrix, loved, you know, and harmony-based stuff. I've loved harmonies all my life. I love singing harmonies as well as lead vocal, and I think for bands like Squeeze and that sort of time, I was growing up, and yeah, it was the storytelling that captured me with their stuff. But it was you know, if something sounds good to me and I like it, you know, it can
Doesn't
be
matter
any
what
style
it is.
really.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, talking about songwriting now, let's talk about this single because it's called Flowers for Jackie.
Yeah.
Flowers in brackets for Jackie. Tell us the story behind that, and who's Jackie?
Jackie is someone very close to me. It's my partner actually, and it's
that's nice.
Well, it's a thank you song. It's a love song. It's a ballad. It's a thank you song. She's been by my side through so much personal stuff as well as you know, as well as professionally. She's you know, always been there, always been my rock through good and bad. And it's a thank you. It's a thank you song to Jackie.
You've obviously got some brownie points from doing that. You must be.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think you definitely. She must be making you dinner every night, every single night.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, it's give and take. You know, relationships
absolutely.
give and take.
You write a song for her, she cooks you dinner. That sounds.
Well, I mean, you know, that's always
good,
isn't it? I've got lots of songs in me.
Well, I was going to come to that. You know, how do you go about writing stuff? I mean, yes, you've written this for Jackie, but do you take inspiration from things you see or things you hear, or have you got an idea in your head about what you're going to write about?
I generally get ideas with melody and groove first. You know, I'm not one of those writers that, you know, think of words and write down words all the time and then, you know, get some music together and form a song from that. I'm more of melody, music, groove, and I'm hearing things in my head all the time that I, you know, pick up a guitar and get a little idea down and then build on that idea and then build from. I've normally got the melody as well as the musical idea, you know, happening first, and then the lyrics then come into play after that. But songs like Flowers for Jackie I knew what I was wanting to write about. And it all sort of happened together on that one. So it's not always the same, but it depends how I'm feeling, really. You know.
Yeah, I mean, David Bowie used to put words on a piece of paper and mix them up and see what happens.
He did. I've tried that, and some very strange things came out. So I thought,
David Bowie. That's what.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he managed that very cleverly, and I think, you know, he was a genius in my book.
Oh, he absolutely was.
And I think if a genius cuts up pieces from various sources and puts them together and gets good lyrics out of it, that's half the genius, I think, because I've tried it and
there'll only be one David Bowie.
Didn't work for me. So
no. Do you know what? I'm quite glad that you haven't been able to emulate him because he was unique and long may he remain so. So tell us about your new album because this is in the making. It's tell us about it. When can we expect it? What's going to happen?
Yeah, it's actually the bass player I have working with me now is Matt Hartley from The Cure. Used to be in The Cure in the early days of The Cure, and I got to know him a few years ago, and he literally lives 5 minutes away from me. And is
that what it's like in Brighton? You walk around, you literally can't throw a stick without hitting this famous person or a singer-songwriter or somebody.
It's mad. It's mad. I was walking down the road one summer a few years ago, and Nick Cave walked past me. Wow. Walked up the road past me. He was in all his gear, all his suit and jacket, and it's totally in character as though he was about to walk on stage. And that's Nick Cave just walking past me, all as you expect to see him. It's amazing.
And Fatboy Slim's down that end as well, isn't he? He's down there. Do you
ever
swim Fatboy Slim? Do you ever bump
Yeah. He's not far. He's not far. 10 minutes away. Unfortunately, before we were, I've got to know him through various circles and events, organising and all that sort of side of things. And we were going to be putting together a Lagoon Fest. There's Hove Lagoon not far from here, and he owns the cafe which is in the grounds of Hove Lagoon. So we were going to be organising this event to have bands and various other things going on there for for this year, and it had to because of COVID, unfortunately we couldn't do it. So yeah, lovely guy and down to earth, you know, like a lot of we're all human, you know. I mean, it's down to earth.
It's the place to be. It's the place to be. So you got a new album in the offing. Hopefully, when will that be out?
We're hoping for the spring, you know, sort of end of April, May. We're working on it at the moment. Like I was saying, this is actually the first group of songs which I'm writing with Matt. You know, everything before that has just been my songs that, you know, we've been sort of, then the band has learned and put their own, you know, style on and own ideas on. But this is me and Matt working together, and we like to go away to Oxford. I love Oxford. I love the Oxford countryside. We know this little place in the middle of nowhere, fields and trees, everything all around you, no one there, and we take a mobile setup, and we've been away twice now, and we've got 10 songs from
Wow.
you know, spending a week each time, and it works really well being away. You know, Matt could come here, we could write on some ideas and everything, but it's to actually go away to, you know, to a different environment for both of us is more inspiring, like we found, and works really well. So we're working on those at the moment.
Well, we look forward to that. In the meantime, we do have this single, and we're going to play. We're going to play it now. It just leaves you to say goodbye, and then you can introduce your own song. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, Matt. It's been great.
And wear that hat again, because it looks fantastic.
I'll wear a different one next time.
Oh, okay, even better.
And a different shirt, maybe.
Well, yeah, the shirt's great. I should have said the shirt's fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Let's introduce this song. Let's do it.
Thanks, Matt. This is Flowers for Jackie by The Speak.
Simple as that. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you, Matt.
Take care. Happy Christmas if we don't talk to you before.
Oh yes, and to you, and to you.
It's not too early to say that, is it? I think we can do it. Thank you.
I think we can say
See
that.
you, Nick.
Thanks, Matt. Bye.